Hi, this is the story of the ferry of the Bernam River. Okay, I travel, in this ferry many times since 1972 because my wife's house was in suburb Bernam and I was staying in the Anson. So we made this trip, you know, to her home and my home at least once a year. So I've traveled more than, many times. But each time I felt so anxious, travel, standing, in this ferry. Although the crossing was only 15 minutes. Okay. All right. I'll tell you how we, in the morning, we would leave Kuala Lumpur very early, about 6 o'clock, to go to Tlanson. We would reach the ferry queue in Kuala Selangor in 1.5 hours. You're all right. There will be at least 50 cars lining up, already lined up, waiting to go up. And by the time we get onto the ferry, it would have taken at least 1.5 hours. Okay, and by the time no, we arrived in suburban, it would have taken us, maybe another 1 hour. All in all, it could have 3 hours. So by 9:30, we would be in suburban. You just imagine how long the wait was. Yeah, quite tiring. Yeah, you got to have the patience. We were used to it already, so I've traveled them more than more than so many times that I can remember. And one more thing, an interesting thing is, along the route on both sides, to the ferry, there were a lot of shops, small stalls, villagers are selling all kinds of stuff, fruits, vegetables, stuff, clothing, toys, tidbits, all kinds of things, Yeah, that people will have the time to come out while waiting for to cross the ferry. They'll have time, bus drivers, taxis, lorries, visitors. They will come down, mill around and mix together. Everybody seemed to have a lot of patience. There were one or two, we would know, and especially these would be people would be new in town, so they would be, yeah, they felt very, excited. No, not excited, impatient to cross, and would be passing all kinds of comments. While the rest, took it in their stride because they've been doing that for many years. I mean, sending goods, services, and people like us, been traveling. So we just let him talk, because we know it's like that, people who are new to the place will feel traumatized, but we were not. Anyway, the ferry crossings was only 15 minutes, and it could at any one time carry four vehicles, four, and many passengers and motorbikes, maybe a few, and then bicycles. It was pulled along by a small boat. It would be slippery, especially when it rains, and extremely dangerous. When people sit in the vehicles, they have been warned. To come out and stand in case anything could happen. No life jackets. There was no life jacket. Only small wheels. Hang on. They call it life buoys. Few only, and a small boat to pull it along. And they were advised to come out, but then but most of them did not come out, especially when it rained. And there was a tragic story, of an accident. Same place, when they were crossing, when the cars went up the ramp, a van hit the car in front. Maybe he don't know, no brakes, or don't know what happened, and the car in front rolled into the river. You know, splash into the water with passengers inside. What happened was, Two passengers drowned, was swept away. Only the driver came out, was able to swim. It was a big tragedy. I don't know. Things like that happen. It was, but during I heard about it. It was always on our mind. So on and off, we have tragedies like this. But anyway, all's well that ended well in a way because a bridge was built. The Sultan Sa'aluddin Abdul Aziz Shah Bridge was built in 1979. From that day onwards, we are, you know, the ferry service was discontinued and then towed somewhere else, maybe in one of the riverine villages, where it could still be used. All right, but in 1979, so things began to travel very fast. Goods, people, services. And the economic life of the people. You know, along the route from the ferry. Like Sungai Besar, Sikinchan, and at the end of it, Teleanson. People began to prosper. Business, there was a boom in business. You know, shops were built. And the livelihood, the quality of life had improved because of the bridge, thanks to the bridge. But of course, the smaller shops, the stores by the side of the road were all dismantled. Well, that's the story of the gentle giant of the Ulu Bernam River. See, Ulu Bernam River. So I don't know if really there were many ferries along the rivers, of especially, yeah, along the rivers east and west coast of the country. Maybe in other parts of Sarawak, I think they still have ferry service. Okay, but I tell you, it's a dangerous crossing. It's a risky crossing. Yeah, each time we cross, we would feel, yeah, we feel so anxious, each time, we cross, we take the ferry. But anyway, the ferry now has been removed. So now what we have now is fond memories of the gentle giant of the Bernam River. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.